I don't think I hit it that well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hit it that well. But if I hit it well with control, I feel like I'm always going to get a shot.
And you were using the end rail for your bridging. Do you use it regularly when you break a 10 ball? Or
I feel like it's a little bit more solid because the rail, the table's not going anywhere. So if the cue's laying on the table, at least the bottom part of it can never move. Yeah, I want consistency, in the break. I want to be able to break and get the exact same shot every time. I don't want to leave anything up to luck. Whereas like Ruiz Sanchez, he broke really hard and he broke well and made balls, but he was leaving his destiny up to luck if he gets a shot or not. He doesn't really know which pocket he's going to shoot the one in.
He breaks with the top spin, he gets a big curve
because he
on
hits
the cue
it so
ball.
hard, he's almost playing the lottery every time. Where I want to know for sure I have that exact shot in the corner. Where I feel like
that's a nice approach, right?
Yeah, once I get it down, I feel like I can run 8 racks in a row. But that's the way I've always played pool. I've always tried to play 9-ball like that in all the games. So, but didn't work out this time. Maybe next time.
Meanwhile, Mika's won the leg. Let's see if he scratches again. Hopefully not.
And let's see if the racking template works good enough, because yesterday there was a slight issue with one of them. We had to replace it. Just because the 10 ball was running straight towards the corner pocket.
He's going to try and break with backspin, he told me yesterday. So
backspin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. He's drawing the ball.
Because whenever he did the Francisco style break, popped the wide ball with top spin, he scratched into the right
well, you
center.
see now, actually he hit the rack nicely. He hit the one full in the face and just was able to control the cue ball.
Yeah, he told me he was going to go for this one more in the rest of the tournament, so it seems to be working.
Yeah, he drew the cue ball right to the middle diamond on the back rail where he broke.
Yeah, of course he couldn't let it unnoticed that yesterday his break kind of let him down.
Oh yeah, did. Luckily for him, he was playing against a Bulgarian that was equally a little bit nervous because this was also his first match, so they were both struggling a little bit. So maybe the break is not going to be the losing factor anyway for Mika if he keeps doing this. But a tough positional shot on the 2 of confidence.
Yeah, he moved the cue ball around nicely there.
Yeah, 3 cushions.
Well, speaking about moving the cue ball around, we were very pleased to see a very nice draw shot from you there. Was almost as good as your famous shot on the 2 ball. Yeah, so it was so smooth and so much cue ball action there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then I shot the 10. I was.
That was a disastrous shot after that.
I know the cue. I got a bad reaction. The ball skidded like a chalk mark hit between.
That's unfortunate.
And I don't think I cued it that well anyway, but I think if it wouldn't have skidded, maybe I would have made it. It was weird reaction. I got lucky I left it tough, so.
I can't tell you how many miscues I've had trying to replicate the shot from you two that you did.
Oh.
so many. I polished the balls, vacuum cleaned the table after it was only like a couple of days old. I didn't get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
I suck.
It's a tough shot.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Well, Mika fell a little straight on that one, I think.
It almost did straight.
He's not happy with that.
Nah. Topspin, left-hand side. Should be okay. Couple of rails.
Well, the position for the 7 ball, he's going to need to get. He's going to need to get in a good position here. That was a lot of power there. Nice shot.
That's great.
Well, he had to shoot his previous shot with a bridge, and pool players sometimes they tend to really suck playing with a mechanical bridge as opposed to snooker players. I think you, with your snooker experience now, you must get much more skilled with this piece of equipment.
I felt a little bit better. The one shot I missed with the bridge, I couldn't really lay the bridge down where I could. I like to hold on to the bridge when I shoot with my left hand.
To make some pressure on it,
Yeah, to where I know it's not going to move when I shoot.
Great,
And
great little out here from Immonen. That was almost picture-perfect pool. Seems like he also, just before the match started, he let Ralf play a few extra shots on the table. I think he was just trying to compose himself and not really care about getting extra shots on the table. He knows that with a player like Ralf, he has to be a little bit more zen. I think, because yesterday he was fired up in a bad way. So he's trying to probably calm himself
Well,
down.
I think Mika's one of the best power players in the game.
Absolutely.
I think he's got, you know, like if we're playing on a real slow table, I've played him on some slow, hard, tough tables, and he plays really well.
He's
under those
so accurate.
conditions.
He's so accurate when he has to shoot them hard.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen him once on a live cam from Amsterdam Billiards from New York, and he
Yeah.
was just practicing, and he was doing some crazy stuff like going 3 rails and 4 rails on power shots around, and he was like splitting the pocket all the way, and with the various kinds of spin. So yes, Corey is spot on here with Mika being one of the most accurate power strokers here.
He's definitely not afraid to use a couple of cushions with some inside English and stuff like that. He's
Ralf.
very good at that. And again, good square hit, and you
Look
see
at that was nice.
a ball in his side. And
Nice.
Yeah, probably was hoping to keep the one ball closer to the end rail
Yeah,
for a
he
nice
hit-
cut. Yeah.
He hit it pretty hard, and the one actually went to the back rail and then back up a little bit. It's a lot like how Shane Van Boning breaks. But
Well,
Ralf kept the cue ball on the table. The cue ball stayed very level.
he tried soft breaking
Actually,
yesterday.
what Daniel mentioned yesterday about this very table, that due to it not being involved as much into tournament play as other tables, the speed of this table, the roll is a little bit higher. The table plays quicker.
Yeah.
So maybe you just have to take some time to adjust, and it was really Mika yesterday who was a little bit struggling with the table speed.
Oh yeah.
Perfect safety here from Ralf. But yeah, actually, Ralf was breaking softer yesterday. So
Well, this is a tough kick shot. I think he'll probably go 2 rails into the one, and
could he make a resave, you think, if he gets the right contact?
I think if he can catch underneath the
Yeah.
one and kind of bank the one towards the side where he's looking right now.
Yeah.
You know, if he gets
coulda-
the bottom rail and hits the one pretty full, maybe he can leave the cue ball behind the 2.
Yeah.
And if he hits the top of the one, the cue ball might slide off the one and go up towards the 9.
Yep.
And then maybe the cue ball, maybe the one will hit the 2, and then he can
Yeah.
leave it behind the 4. So there's a few good things that could happen there.
Push out. No, he can't, obviously. It was a safety shot. My bad.
Yeah, I don't think Ralf Souquet didn't call push there. He just played safe, right?
Oh, yeah, he played safe, yeah.
Now, if he would have called push, then Mika would have the option here to shoot or pass, but he just.
And you used to also playing different rules in America as well. Oh, what about this shot?
3 rails.
Ah.
Wow. I'm surprised he
How
did
did he get that gap? That's impossible.
That was a different way to go at it.
Yeah.
He was trying to make that one.
Yeah.
3 rails.
That was like
Well,
a
actually,
carom shot.
probably he noticed that the one ball was located on so-called natural path of the cue ball, like going 3
Yeah.
rails, and actually it was because he just got the pocket.
Yeah.
Only he didn't guess it right.
Yeah, these rules are a little bit different. The one rule that I think could catch me off guard is the one where if you make a combination on the 10 ball, it's not a winner. You can't win the game like that. You have to respot the 10 and then keep shooting.
I like that
So,
rule, honestly.
I do like that rule, but I'm not used to playing that rule, and I'm worried that maybe I'll think that I have the game won and make the 10 ball combination and not play position on the next ball. I want to make sure
Yeah.
I remember that rule so I don't make that mistake.
Yeah, I had that in one, I think the second match, and I had to really think about it. And I was like, okay, we gotta have some position after this one, so it becomes a little bit more tactical.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Because
I like that aspect of it.
you still stay at the table if you make it.
Yeah.
What I like about this change is that it makes 10 ball even more different from 9 ball actually.
Yeah, that's also why I like the fact that it becomes less about luck and a little bit more about the tactical skill.
That's a call shot game.
Yeah.
First of all, then you have to pocket the money ball as a last ball of the rack, and last, which I like, is a call shot, call safe rule actually.
What do you think of this shot with Ralf? You think he's going to cut it in the right corner or the left corner? It looks like he could do either one.
He doesn't. He doesn't really. Oh, he is going to go for that one. I thought he was going to take the other one.
Yeah, and then spin
inside.
I think he's going to go
left?
between the 6-7 for the side.
Oh, straight over.
He even managed to overcut it a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably the ball was thrown due to left English.
That was a good shot. Okay, so if he can, I think he can see enough of the cue ball where it's comfortable to shoot it. I know I worry about this because the 10's covering up the right half of the cue ball, so if you use a level stroke and you follow through, like say your shaft is 12 millimeters, as you follow through it goes up to about 15 or 18 millimeters.
Yeah.
So you got to watch out you don't hit the 10. That would be a foul.
You have to jab at it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to watch out with that. I almost would rather shoot that with high English and have my cue go up in the air to where it gets away from the ball.
And keep it in an open breach for this reason, right?
Yeah.
I've
seen a lot of people foul on that shot.
It's true, but isn't the Predator shafts that he plays with almost like straight until a certain point in the middle of the shaft where they start to curve?
I haven't looked at his shaft, but I know...
are you sure that Ralf uses Predator shafts?
He does. The shaft is Predator,
yeah, because
but the butt is universal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Predator shaft.
I was thinking the shaft is also universal cue.
I'm not sure what he plays with, but
all
I know is he usually plays pretty good.
That's all we need to know.
By the way, what is your piece of equipment nowadays? Because you were switching recently.
Mucci. I've been playing with a Mucci for a year and a half, and I like it. I have the Mucci Pro shaft, and my cue's a little bit heavier. So, but yeah, I like my cue. It's good.
Like about 20 ounce or
21.
Wow,
21.
that's
I've
heavy.
always played a 21. Yeah.
If you're used to it, obviously, yeah. And it's
that's why I think I like the pyramid cues, because the pyramid cues, how heavy are they? 23 or something?
Even more.
I heard 27 from one guy.
27?
That is insane.
Wow.
That's almost like a kilo, like 800 grams.
And they're so thin. That's what's so amazing. You'd think a 27-ounce cue. I'm looking at the guy's cue over there, and they're beautiful. They're made out of ebony, and
they look like snooker cues in some ways, actually.
Yeah,
the kind of veneer and the splicing looks a little bit like it. But yeah, 27 ounce, that's too much for me. I'm good with 18.9 or 7, I think.
Well, due to technologies, Russian pyramid cues can be very fancy, and actually that's a kind of technology, so-called full spliced butterfly spliced cues.
A lot of nice designs.
It was used maybe by American cue makers in last century, but since then everybody just switched to CNC.
Nearly got kicked in the corner, but
did he make a ball?
No.
No.
It's dry.
Nothing. But at least he didn't leave Ralf a shot. See, this is what I mean by the break being so important.
Yeah.
Now, he could have broke, and the one could be laying over the pocket. Game over. But since he broke and left a not-so-easy shot, he's still in the game. Yeah. You know, these things are so important in 10-ball, and a few turnovers, different breaks. If your break's not working, or one day you're getting lucky, and the next day you're not getting lucky, it's
luck has a big part of it, and I know a lot of people that say don't moan about the luck or the not luck, but you gotta face it that there is a big part of it,
Yeah, there's luck if you're trying to get lucky.
Yeah, true. If you're playing to win, often you get the few rolls a little bit more, because if you're trying to avoid losing in the playing style, usually you don't get any rolls. So
it's funny because I don't really think about luck much in pool, because I most of the time I know what's going on or what's about to happen.
Yeah.
But I was playing pyramid, and I lucked in like 3 balls out of nowhere, and the pockets are way harder. You know, so I was like,
It just only seems like that.
no, but the thing is the player that gets lucky is the player that doesn't know what he's doing.
Really?
I didn't know what I was doing, so that allowed me to get lucky. If I knew exactly what I was
Well,
doing,
the way I view it is like when the ball rolls, the table has 6 pockets, and as long as the ball rolls, it can find any of the pocket.
Yeah.
Any of them.
I found it funny that I got lucky in that game.
I think it was I'm sure it was Jason Shaw maybe right after the Kuwait Open who said that the game is like 60% mental, 30% technical, and 10% luck. And I tend to agree with him.
Yeah.
So luck
I would
is
have to say the mental part is even more.
luck is an
Yeah.
important factor of the game actually.
Yeah.
And one day you get bad rolls, one day you get good rolls. So on the long run, luck just evens out actually.
It might be different in snooker, but I don't want to do a comparison, but I have to say that look at a player like Mark Selby, how often he plays his D game, not even like B or C, but D or E game, and still wins a match. Like not making 40 or 50, stuff like that. Wow.
Yeah.
What a shot, though.
That was a great shot.
And he's going to play another one.
Yeah, if he banks this one,
Yeah, I don't think he's going to bank.
Nah.
He might try and bank it cross-side and play safe. You know,
it's a
because
two-way shot, yeah?
if he can bring the cue ball kind of 2 rails towards the 10, and if he makes it in the side, he'll have a shot in the corner on the 3. And if he misses it, there's a lot of cover. You know,
yeah, there's like 3 or 4 balls he can hide it behind.
Yeah. But I agree with you on the snooker. It's a player's able to play the D game and still win because
and he's the
it's
only one that
such a
does
mental
it.
game. It's you really have to know what you're doing. You can't just go up there and hope to get lucky and win a snooker match. It's not going to happen. It's a very long matches.
Mm.
And that's the thing I like about the pyramid too is they're playing. Some of the matches are 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know, the pool.
When you get these safeties.
Yeah, the pool here, we're playing a race to 8. It might be a 1.5 hour, 2 hour match.
True.
I think all the great sports in the world always play for 4 hours. You know, I always like longer races. So.
You mean all sports in general, or just
I mean the
billiards?
big sports. You know, if you go play a round of golf, it's 4 hours.
Tennis.
If you go, usually it's always about 4 hours. I think.
Men's 5-sitters.
Yeah. So. I'm always lobbying for longer races, race to 15 and pool. You know,
definitely. But people here won't be able to wait that long. It's a pretty good hit. Is he gonna get lucky? And Torsten hey, Torsten, you should be rooting for your guy. Don't look at your phone.
He's listening to some music.
Well, that's the same kind of approach we've seen yesterday by David Alcaid in the start of his match when Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz was playing Vitaly Pavluchin, I think it was. Yes.
Mm.
So he wasn't paying attention, but later in the game he just was all eyes on the game. So I think Torsten is going to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
He nearly overcut that actually, but he's pretty decent on a 3, unless he's completely straight.
Yeah, I mean, if he has the angle, he could follow out, or he could always just stop it there because he's already have position on the 4.
Which one is the 4? Yeah, that's the 4, right?
4,
yeah. Okay.
So the key is to be able to get on the 5 because the 6 is in a tricky place.
Yeah.
So he's looking right where he needs to be, so he can just kind of draw the cue ball up to the middle of the table and get a good shot on the 6.
If the 9 wasn't there, would you play position for the 6 to play it past the side pocket?
Probably not, because see how close the 7 is to the rail? It just gives you a really small window to get in.
Yeah.
You only have maybe 3-4 inches to put the cue ball. So if the 9 wasn't there, I would play for the bigger area up past the side, I think.
That's a pretty good shot. He still has an angle.
Yep.
Do you think maybe now try and maybe force it with a little bit low center and then right hand spin to float it over?
Yeah, just draw up.
Yes, like that.
There you go. Good shot there.
A little bit more.
That was perfect speed.
Yeah, probably now gonna use two rails for position.
And so he sent the cue ball towards the 9. So if he would have hit it too hard, he would have ran into the 9 and still been okay.
Yeah. And then with the spin, he's gonna make sure he gets another shot again. So
well, he hit that with a little bit too much.
Whoa.
Too much follow maybe.
Yeah, or the table was just a little bit drier and it slid a little low on him. He didn't expect the table to play like that.
No, he probably needed a little bit of right hand spin, just half a tip or something.
Yeah, so this one you have a decision. You can, I think it's a very thin cut or a bank.
He's thinning.
He's going to cut it.
He's
yeah,
good
okay.
at cutting the balls. Good shot.
Oh, beautiful shot.
But speed is a little bit hard again. You see the speed is catching him off guard.
So this one I'm just going to roll this in with high and play underneath of the 9. Because it's just so much easier of a shot to pocket.
Center ball.
I think so. That's what I would do, but maybe he'll come above. No?
Comes easier, yeah.
Yeah, below.
Good shot. Off the cushion. Perfect. Actually, I say perfect, but it rolled a little bit more. So he has to shoot it harder to avoid being on the cushion.
Well, one thing we see for sure that top players use the same approach of playing position.
Yeah.
And that's a part that distinguishes them from us humans.
That's the whole key to this game.
No.
Oh, he missed the 9. Wow. You know, I think he just jumped up a little bit, lifted his head up on that. Looked like.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I missed the 10 ball exactly like that yesterday because I was too close to the cushion, because I just felt that, you know, could he have put unwanted side on that to miss it? A little bit maybe?
А где она черная?
Oh, he almost scratched. Ralf almost scratched on that.
А, я просто не видел, что она была черная. Хорошо, я
Wow.
понял.
Well, that was uncharacteristic mistake there from Mika. But there's still a lot of play in the match, you know. You just shrug that one off and oh well.
Yeah. Just have
on
to
the
forget about it.
next game.
But both seem reasonably calm right now, so it's only one rack, so.
Well, but probably it is still like a different stages of calm.
Yeah, but he's not in panic mode. Not yet.
Not
anyways.
yet.
Not yet. He was almost a little bit panic mode yesterday, but he seems a bit more
Oh,
relaxed.
here they have still a long way to go.
Oh yeah. But yeah, yesterday almost in the first 3-4 racks, I felt he was a little bit tentative as well. So.
Yeah, I made a couple mistakes in the first couple racks against Sanchez, and I still came back and was ahead 6-3. But
Well, you managed to win 5 racks in a row, actually.
oh, okay.
But after that, a little bit like seemed to lose control of the game of the match.
Yeah, I think if I looked back at most of those games, I could have won almost every one of them. I think he broke and ran a few on me that I wouldn't have had a chance to win, but I had shots.
Long follow through on that one, but softer.
Well, he scratched.
Well, you know, I was browsing through photos from this event yesterday, and there is one of Ralf breaking, and actually on his follow through the joint goes right through the loop of the bridge. Yeah, so his follow through on the break is so long.
Wow.
His tip is almost at the center of the table, like the blue spot on a snooker table, so that's how much he follows through.
Huh, that's interesting.
Quite far.
I would think it would be really hard to have extremely good control like that. It seems like.
Yeah, shoulder drop. I do it myself, and I'm one of the few people that break with an open bridge, actually. I can't tell you why, but I just keep scratching or shooting the cue ball over the table if I close the bridge, so all the players are different.
Yeah, I saw somebody else break an open bridge. Oh, you know who? I think Jason Shaw was breaking with an open bridge in the U.S. Open.
Was he?
9-ball. And he was doing a cup break, but he was doing open bridge. And he was doing good with it. It was working.
I can't do that
So
in
maybe
9-ball.
maybe that's the key.
Ooh, power stroke. That's pretty decent if he doesn't snooker himself.
That cue ball just didn't take off. He hit it with so much high that after it hit the first rail, it still had high spin on it. It slowed down is what happened.
Or not skidded, slided.
Yeah, he wasn't used to the brand new cloth.
Well, actually, one thing I found.
Wait, it's not done.
It's not
Still
done.
going.
Wow.
That's a good hit. That's a good hit. One thing I found particularly about myself playing, I find myself in trouble playing like on the tables like the TV table, is that side spin doesn't grab as good as one is used to from the rails, actually from the cushions, because of the new cloth, and you can just play the inside English and it doesn't grab at all.
It depends on the angle.
The ball just rebounds like if there was no English at all.
Yeah, it just kind of slides off the cushion, and that's what you see at the Mosconi Cup. With the TV lights there and the heat on the table.
Yeah, sure.
You see some of the players just, using a lot of English, and it just comes out almost dead.
Well, what it really comes down to is the friction between the ball and the cloth. And if the ball is dirty, it's going to be more like sandpaper on the outside.
Yeah.
And if it's polished and smooth, then that spin just keeps spinning and it doesn't come off the ball, it stays spinning.
Yeah.
And the cloth, when it's new, it's very smooth. It doesn't have any chalk in it. If you leave the cloth on for, say, a year after the players play and chalk over the table, it'll have a layer of chalk underneath it, and that just creates friction.
Yeah.
So the top players, they know all about this, and they can feel changes in the table, and it's...
But yeah, it seems like in Mosconi Cup, you yourself have obviously been there a lot, so it seems that it's extreme sometimes how much spin you can put on, and it just doesn't grip because they keep the conditions pretty good there, don't they?
Yeah, it's the temperature too.
Yeah.
When they keep the table warm.
Yeah.
Some of the snooker tables are heated. They heat the table.
Yeah.
And then the lights from the TV usually keep the table pretty warm, and all that does is that takes all the moisture out of the table.
Well, actually, in snooker, if it is a professional table, it is supposed to be heated actually, and they can adjust the temperature according to the conditions.
Yeah, and the Chinese pool table also. They have the Chinese pool tables. They're heated also. So.
How do you like the game, by the way? I mean, the Chinese 8-ball, because you played it several times.
Yeah, the Chinese pool is it's a great game. It's very, very difficult, and I enjoy playing 8-ball anyway. In America, I've done well in a lot of the 8-ball tournaments. Played the IPT, finished 10th in the IPT, and so I'm gonna be playing in the Star event. And I've played in the Joy event before, so they have some good tournaments in China. I'm looking forward to go back and play again.
Snooker pockets and obviously adjusted cushion height for pool balls, and in general just really a snooker table with a snooker cloth and
actually
Aramith balls.
I've been told just yesterday that this game was invented by mistake.
Oh, really?
They mistakenly mixed the like two kinds of equipment. They took pool balls, and by occasion they decided to put them on snooker table.
They're probably like, wait a minute, this is kind of cool. Like pool with a tougher pocket cut.
So when they discovered this mistake, it was a little bit too late.
Yep.
to change anything. So it's 2 apiece.
Okay, so
Keeps
Mika changed the
time.
break there. He didn't draw the cue ball. This time he hit the stop the cue ball. I like that break. That's good. I think if he sticks with that, he'll be fine. Look, the one's right in the corner. Now this is the break that can start changing the match.
Yeah. Doesn't look totally happy with that. Did he get a back contact? Because I thought he played that with full topspin. A little bit, maybe. Oh, that's
a nice
good
shot
recovery.
There.
Good
he
recovery.
got that cue ball to stop really, really nice off the 7.
He's good at those kind of caroms.
Yeah. So the key's going to be getting good on the 6 ball, I think. He's not going to do much with this. He's just going to make sure that he can see the 5.
Yeah.
Maybe bring the cue ball into the left rail.
Yeah.
About where the cue ball is now, or just near the side pocket, I think would be good.
Yeah, he just wants to avoid that snow.
It came all the way down. That was good.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah, got a little better on it.
In fact, I like that pattern better because if you're shooting the long shot, sometimes it slides when you get on that short rail.
Yeah.
To get to
this makes the out a lot easier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's pretty decent. Do you think it passes into the center?
I think it does, but he wanted to get a little closer to it. I know.
He might take it in the corner.
Well, with these diamond tables, you never know about side pockets.
Yeah.
I think they play really good. They behave exactly like this.
Yeah, sure, but the side pocket is a little bit tougher than like that of dynamic table or even Brunswick tables.
A little bit, yeah. The shelf on the middle pockets here is a bit more
Yeah,
difficult.
the shelf and the pocket cut is different actually. So
Compared to the Euro Tour, it's almost the same actually.
There are some tables where like people would play depending on approach angle, they would play the same shot on Brunswick table, but they won't on diamond.
Oh, definitely on Brunswick.
Well, probably Corey knows this for the good.
Well, some tables in America, they'll tighten them up. They'll put shims. They'll put little rubber shims in the pockets to make pockets tighter. And when they do that,
nice.
You can't do that in the sides, because the sides, if you tighten the sides up, it totally changes the angle that you can even accept the ball. And sometimes if you shoot too hard in the side, it has no chance to accept the ball. It'll wobble out, or sometimes they fly off the table. But I think these diamonds, they've studied the angles and
yeah, and I've been told by Paul Smith that diamond tables use very thin shims in order for the cushions to play properly, actually, because he explained that sometimes the ball just hits the point of the pocket, of side pocket or corner pocket, and if it is triple shimmed, the rebound is very, very different.
Well, the diamond tables have changed over the years. The angle of the corner pocket, you'll notice on the pyramid table, it's very straight.
Yeah.
And on a pool table, it's a little bit more open.
Actually, on pyramid table, it's even negative.
Negative, yeah. So that'll help accept the ball. Now, the diamond table, the angle of the corners, if you take the two shims, it used to be 143 degrees, and they've
now it's 141. Yeah.
They made it straighter to 141, and what that does is, when you shoot the ball hard down the rail, the ball go in easier. With speed.
That's exactly the same thing Paul Smith told us yesterday.
Yeah.
They also changed the slate. I was told that the shelf was a lot deeper before, like 1 or 2 millimeters. So you could have like a snooker situation almost if the ball would wobble.
You could be actually
you could be hooked almost.
You can be pocket hooked, table hooked.
For me, I like the tables the way they were before, because it made it a lot harder. When diamond tables first came out, they compared the diamond tables to the Brunswicks, and they said these tables are much tougher to play on. And like I remember Alex Pagulayan trying to beat the 10-ball Ghost, where you had to break the balls and then get ball in hand and run 10 balls. And he was getting beat. It was hard for him to beat the 10-ball Ghost, which was a real challenge to run out on those tables. And when they changed that angle, it didn't make it quite as much of a challenge to run out. So I prefer more of a challenge. I want more play in the game. If I play a race to 8, I want more innings back and forth.
But probably it shouldn't be like over tightened, because I think it was one of the Action Report challenge matches where players like Shane Van Boning and I don't remember who his opponent was, maybe Dayton Sorculio or maybe even Alex Pagulayan, they really struggled, like maybe running even 3 racks there, and it's not a very pleasant to watch.
For TV, it's going to be better this way, but
well, look over there. There's a table right across over there.
Yeah.
And those pockets, believe me, are way tighter than the 143 angle that we used to have on the diamonds. That table over there. And that's a good game.
I'm impressed they can even pot balls in those tables.
I really like that pyramid game. That's a beautiful game.
Come on, guys, believe me, that's the easiest equipment you can ever find, because the pockets are not shimmed at all. The rubber is soft.
It just accepts the ball.
And this is the primary reason for all these power stroking in Russian pyramid, because the player actually tries to make the effective pocket opening bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked
But it's the opposite in pool, because you can't do it here. I had one shot yesterday along the rails. I was like, this is going to be in, even if I'm like quarter of a diamond off the cushion first. And it just wobbled and stayed right in there in the pocket, because I played it at speed 7 or something like that. It just wobbled.
Of course, that equipment it eliminates cheating the pocket of any kind whatsoever. But
yeah, I talked to Evgeny Stalov about the table. He's got a beautiful table in his pool room. And he said it's like 1 or 2 millimeters between the ball and the cushion, and he likes that. He's with me. He likes tighter equipment. I like tighter equipment too because I want more
Well,
safety
you know,
and
some
stuff like that.
some Russian pyramid players, they go as far as tightening the pocket so much that they have the pictures of a ball really hanging in the jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just
The- the-
extreme.
it,
Like,
it means that the pocket opening is actually a little bit smaller than the ball.
Than the ball where they
Yeah,
have to slam
but,
it
yeah,
in there.
but still you can pocket it because the rubber is soft and you just power the ball through.
Yeah.
let's not forget the match. Mika just had a good chance here from Ralf. He played a bad safety shot. Left an opening.
Well,
Yeah, once again the 10 ball is hanging right beside the side pocket, but according to recent changes in the rules, it doesn't matter here.
yeah. Well, this is tough position on them too.
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Yeah. Center English. I hate those shots because I always misjudge them. It's a good shot.
Yeah, so for me, I shoot the 2 and then I shoot the 5 and I play for the 6 ball in the corner pocket, I think. Just so you don't get a weird angle on it.
But he's almost straight, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess now he can't. So now if he
Almost
stops
gotta
it,
stop it for the 6 in the side, yeah.
you see now you have
Probably
to go.
going 3 rails around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd have to go underneath the 7.
Yeah.
Whereas if he would have played from the 2 and shot the 5 and came over for the corner, he wouldn't have to,
True.
you know, I don't know. That would have just been my play. But
I try to avoid the sides. For some reason, I just always screw up the positional shot after having been to the center. So,
well, he rolled that forward because he wanted to get an exact perfect angle where he could come around easily for the 7. As long as he doesn't hit the 7.
that's
fine.
perfect.
Yeah.
Good angle on the 7.
Yeah.
So what do you do here? You want to go into the center of the table again? Because the 8 is not really... Or you want to shoot it in the top
I want
right
to shoot
corner?
the 9 off the 10 in the side.
Okay.
And then just roll it easy. And then the 10 should just come down
Yeah.
3-4 inches and you shoot the 10 in the corner. That's what I think I would do. But
I mean,
See
whatever
what
he
he
does
does.
here, like... even if he goes wrong, he's got almost like 2 helping balls if he has to shoot the 8 into the side. You just place it into that top right corner.
I think he fell a little bit straight. He wanted a little more. He wants the angle to get over on that 9 in the side. But
I think he's got the angle. I think he's
okay,
got the
maybe
angle.
he does, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, let's
Move
see
the
if
10.
let's see if he moves the 10 a little bit here. I
Could
think
move
I
it.
would.
Yeah, nobody wants to shoot a shot on like a...
Well, probably now he cannot avoid moving the 10, actually.
Depends
Well,
on
if
if
the
it's...
10 goes in the side, he might be able to just miss the 10, roll the 9 in the side, and then play the 10 in the same side.
Oh, he moved it.
He moved it.
Good shot.
And a good call by Corey.
Yeah. 2-game lead. Team Finland. I still predict Hill.
Hill.
Yeah.
Let's be hoping for this because we didn't have a Hill here at
I
the
know
TV
you want to
table.
have a
yeah.
Hill.
Everybody wants a Hill except the 2 players that
Oh,
are out
yeah.
there playing.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
That's a shame.
You're spot on.
Yeah. You know what? It looks like, to me,
She's racking it.
he racked it way too high. Look at this.
Why is she
You know
racking
what?
it? She's
That's. I
that's
should have looked at that. He might have did
no,
that.
but
with
it's a
me.
mistake. I
Yeah,
think it's a
he
mistake.
needs to rack that lower. That's not even the spot where he just racked the
we should
balls.
tell them. It's not the right place that they're racking it.
Well,
Me- I don't
unfortunately,
think we can get into the match.
yes,
We probably
Corey,
shouldn't interfere
The problem
with the
is,
match.
yeah,
yes,
I know.
Corey is correct about this one, and unfortunately, I don't see
Mika needs to
any
notice.
I don't see any official
I don't
nearby.
want to coach a player either.
It's the wrong place that they're racked.
Yeah, they're racked a good 2 inches
It's
high.
he noticed.
See, he's looking at just freezing them.
No, but yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't see it. He doesn't
Well,
see
actually,
it as the right place.
rarely a player pays attention to a correct placement
Yeah,
I
but
know. I think
of the
not.
This is wrong.
head
Because
ball.
I
Yeah.
hit a
We should
break,
stop it.
and I know I hit it good,
Yeah.
and I came up dry, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I hit that good. Maybe
You
maybe
have
they
to tell
weren't
them.
frozen, but I'll bet he racked them too high.
Yeah, they are.
It doesn't matter. He still made a ball, but
But it still has to
Look at
be
that,
the
look
one
at
on the
that.
spot.
yeah, that one's not on the spot.
I noticed because I almost did it on the other table because
Yeah.
the dot that we have to rack for was almost worn out.
Uh-huh.
Draw the string, the string a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're right, it's a ball up.
Yeah.
Maybe now if we told him, he would say, nah, I'm not doing that because he got a ball in.
Yeah. Just leave it there. Yeah, it's interesting that they have that extra line that goes up a little further.
I'm off.
Third.
Ah. Well, that's okay. But yeah, what do you do in that situation if you sit here and you notice that it's not the correct rack? Like, do you interfere so it changes mid-match, or do you just let them do it?
I don't know. I think it's maybe the player needs to notice.
True. Yeah.
We could tell the referee, but
Yeah.
they might already be breaking a certain way and not notice, and you might mess their next breakup.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the best thing to do there is,
Yeah.
but you know what? I think the ref needs to know to rack it on the spot.
Yeah, should we tell the referee?
Okay,
I think
actually,
the ref needs to know that they should
I've just made a call to the officials, and I hope that the spot is actually marked on the right place, because this might be the reason.
No, the spot
It
is on the
is.
right place, but they do it with a pen, and then they did the white chalk line after, and the pen mark is almost gone because I nearly racked on the same spot as she did on one of the tables.
Mm.
So that's why she can't see it. It's almost gone.
Yeah.
Well, but there is supposed to be a little cross there,
Yeah,
I think.
but it's almost gone. Like,
Yeah, there's a cross. He's just going to the top of that line and racking them there.
just having the cue ball cleaned. Always good to do that after a few racks. Especially a lot of the players that break with the Kamui chalk, because sometimes that can leave a little bit of residue after the hard breaks. Good position here, just off straight. Would you stun this, or would you want to draw this?
I'd send the cue ball towards the 10.
Yeah, he
Oh,
stuns.
maybe like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's a stunner a lot of the time.
But you don't want to come too close to the 10 here, because
No.
you risk to shoot the 8 jacked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I mean, just kind of the line that I would take, I would have did that.
I think he's just off straight so he can draw it to the cushion now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Ralf is not really getting any table time at the moment. 3 games up. 5-2, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he seems way more relaxed today, Mika. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good that he got over that mistake of missing the 10 in that second game.
Yeah.
I think the players should know that
No,
they
she's doing
changed
it again.
the position of the spot.
Yeah. But
Like if they're too high, the players should know.
she's doing it again.
But now Mika would have the argument, well, why didn't they say it on my break last
Yeah.
time? Are they going to say it on
Yeah.
Ralph's break, you know?
Well, that was what I actually offered to the organizers. Maybe just leave this match and try to make the adjustments or like
on the next
right
match,
decision on the next match. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you change it, you're going to be changing it on one of the players' breaks, and they'll have less breaks or more breaks to finish the match.
Okay.
But here
you have it.
Oh shit! Pardon my French, but now he's going to break and he's going to notice. No, it's Ralph's time.
Ralph's turn now, but if Ralph notices, he can change it. But if he doesn't notice...
Mika might get a shock his next break, actually. Like, what happens anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it's the fairest for both players if you don't say anything, my opinion, but I'm not the organizer of the event.
Well,
so
it's okay as long as we have the same rec.
He just checked. He just checked. He went to see if it's on the diamond.
Oh, it is on the diamond now.
Yeah.
Now it's on the diamond. Okay.
And he went to check it, so he's probably been more aware of it than.
Yeah, sure. Because I think the Ralf was the one who was paying probably more attention to the work of the referee here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the first rack, Mika didn't even check. He just went down broke in the very first rack.
Well, actually, you're supposed the referee to make the job right,
but
that's
too far up. Oh, well, no, that's okay.
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
That was fine. And you see, side ball again.
Yeah.
Okay, kudos to Corey from the organizers.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's good.
It's always good to have a professional here nearby.
Well, it's good to be here. It's good to be here. This is my first trip to Russia, and I think it's
Is
absolutely...
it? I was thinking you had one already.
No, well, I mean, it's my second entry because I flew in on the way to Kuwait.
Yeah, but I just my memory probably doesn't serve me because I was thinking it's not your first Kremlin Cup actually.
No, yeah, this is my first Kremlin Cup, but I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I must have mixed my experience like meeting you in the Philippines and in Russia.
Oh, okay.
I seem to remember finding a video on YouTube where you actually played pyramids.
Pyramid? Oh,
did you?
Well, I played. I think I did play a little bit of pyramid in Latvia when I played snooker in Latvia.
That could have been why.
So maybe that was it.
Could have been why, yeah.
But I remember talking to Corey like maybe several years ago when he told that he is waiting for the invitation from the organizers of the World Championship. Like in
that was a cool shot.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he played off the ball.
Used the 5 as a carom.
Yeah, that was nice.
Perfect.
It's a very nice judgment, yeah.
Yeah, just stopped the cue ball. I didn't see that shot.
Me neither.
That was neat.
I was thinking if he's gonna do that straight, he's gonna double kiss, but he hit it perfect.
Yeah, so Mika's looking to hit rail first. You know, he's gonna hit the back rail, kind of where he breaks from, and then try and go right in between the 3 and the side pocket.
He's gotta have a lot of low right, doesn't he?
I think draw is gonna help you hit this ball. You don't want to really hit the ball with top, I don't think. It'd be really tough to hit with top. Oh, what a nice hit.
That's a pretty good hit. Does he get away with it?
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh,
that's okay.
Safe. No safety.
No
nearly.
Safety.
But decent hit.
Nice.
Okay. G? G. Super. Thanks. Yep. Need some refreshments. This looks like a pretty simple rack, this one. There's not really any problems in this one.
Well, let's see how Ralf performs here in this rack. He gained the control back due to marvelous safety.
Could be a turning point. I mean, he's 3 rails. I'll see that again. 3 racks behind, but 5-3. It's suddenly game on again. Yep. 2 rails, top spin. Couple of tips of left hand. Pretty good shot. Good angle to get over to 7 again.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure he gets pretty straight in on this 7. He's
Yeah.
looking at side pocket. He's looking like he's going to follow up for the side.
That's
pretty
nice.
good. That's
Yeah,
straight.
perfect.
That's perfect.
Straight in. Ralf looks like he's stroking nice.
I think he's probably one of the best ones to be in a chair, get a few racks behind, and then come back because he's just so calm.
Oh, he
that
almost
was
missed that
that
one.
was a little bit dodgy.
Hmm.
Top spin, left hand side or stun? Nope. Top right. Yeah, he's not happy.
He's got to reach this a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably
Gotta put the
using his extension.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
By the way, Corey, what do you think about the recent fashion with playing with extension on, like Shane Van Boning does, and I think Jason Shaw in Kuwait was playing in the same fashion.
I think it's pretty good. It's similar. I think the pyramid cues are longer also.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I mean, just affects the balance. I think it brings the balance back. Some
Yeah,
people like it.
that was actually Shane was talking about. Like he loves the feel of the cube better with his extension on.
Yeah.
I tried it a little bit, but honestly, the deflection changes a little bit because you change the complete balance of the cue. So I hit a little bit too thick with mine when I put it on, so I have to like adjust with that.
Well, probably it also depends on the weight of the extension because like I think
Yeah, true.
those used by Earl Strickland and Shane Van Boning are pretty lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want it to affect how the cube plays that much. They want it really light. They just want that extra piece on the back in case if they want a long shot, they can stretch, so they don't have to use the bridge.
So finally, I have a bracket back, official bracket, and I see
Woohoo!
Corey here waiting. Well, for either a female player or a player with a vast Russian billiard experience.
Oh, okay.
So which ones are the two? Which ones are the two players that he's waiting for? The names of them?
It's Valeria Trushevska and Pavel Mekhovov. I don't think it tells anything to our viewers
okay.
here, but
okay.
still it's okay.
What was the girl's name again, you say?
Valeria Trushevska.
Ah. I think I saw her play yesterday. a
Yes,
little bit.
yes.
That's a good break. If it... Oh, the 3-ball... Does the 3-ball just come and ruin it all? Let's see Mika's expression.
Looks like he's hooked, I think.
Oh, he just looked like he thought he had a roll. Maybe he's able.
It's so hard to tell, isn't it?
He believes he's got
Oh,
room.
yeah, he's
Looks.
straight in.
Looking up to the sky, so maybe he got lucky.
Oh, what a
so he
shot
had to
that
kind
was.
of halfway jump it to get over it,
Looked
maybe?
like he jumped it a little
Yeah.
bit. He hit that with high right English.
And he had 2 caroms
Hammered
off
it.
the other balls.
That was a beautiful shot.
Safety from here. Send a 3 maybe down towards that corner where...
Yeah, I think if you can just get it, past the 4,
Yeah.
under the 9, and bring the cue ball out behind the 8,
yeah.
that'd be a good safety for me. Another way you could do it, you could bank the 3 over, kind of by the 10 ball,
Yeah.
and the cue ball behind the 8, and that way, at worst, you're going to leave a combination on the 6.
He's looking like wanting to hide it behind a 4.
Okay,
That's pretty decent as well.
that's really good.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Either a very good jump or As we probably know mostly from Ralf, he's a good kicker. He avoids the jump a lot. He's so good at kicking.
I think this one's a good time to jump.
I agree, but it's so seldom that you actually see him do it. He's contemplating it. It looks
if he kicks to the right rail and hits the top of the 3 pretty full, the 3 will go down by the 5, 6, 10.
Yeah.
And he'll leave a long combination at least.
Yeah.
Or he might even hook Mika back, but
he could behind the 8.
Yeah. I think that's what he's looking at. If he can catch it full ball, be a good shot. I think you can also get the same result jumping. Jump and hit the right half of the 3 and bank the 3 down the same way. And with the jump shot, you ensure that you're always going to hit the ball, usually. But
it's a guaranteed no foul in this particular.
It's a guaranteed hit, but it's a lot harder to control the speed of the jump, I think.
But you see, he likes kicking.
Yeah.
Did he call that pocket? Probably didn't. He got fortunate though.
Wow, he got real fortunate.
Wow, what a roll.
I think Ralf would have been better off jumping it, but he got away with it.
You say that, but look at the position.
Yeah. I think Mika can just thin the 3 over by the 8 and bring the cue ball behind the 9, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I've just been asked where our viewers could ask some questions to Corey. Since he is here, I have no idea, but still.
I'm really interested to hear what some of these questions would be.
Oh, okay, sure. We'll just try to fix that. I'll just check our Facebook page whether the viewers can ask something there.
Okay.
Could he hide it behind the 9, maybe? Just go past... That's what he's trying. He's not had it, though. He's left a shot for Ralf. Would you try to thin this really thin so you can get the cue ball back there? Because 8 ball is going to be like a stopper.
For me, I would bank the 3 towards the 5.
Okay.
And bring the cue ball maybe into the first diamond on the right rail.
Yeah.
By the upper right corner, and then down to the first diamond on the end cushion.
It's possible, yeah.
And then if you can bring the 3 up by the 5, you can hook them behind the 8. That'd be my choice. Maybe even call the 3 in the side in case if you make it.
Could do, yeah.
Okay, actually, back to the questions. I think this is the proper time to ask because, like, later on the game, the heat might build up and we won't have time. So, basically, this question goes about the Mosconi Cup and about the process of preparation, your preparation, the way you usually prepare for these kind of tournaments.
Foul.
Wow, he tried to hit it thin and missed the ball.
Yeah, it's talking about Mosconi Cup.
Yeah. Okay, so. Mosconi Cup, how would I prepare? Well, we did with Mark Wilson in St. Louis. He's got a nice practice room at the Lindenwood College, and we played for a week there. The whole team would play together for a week, and we practiced our break and long potting and a lot of different things. So we had a good practice there. Can't complain about the preparation, So yeah, it was very, very good conditions, and yeah, we did a lot of breaking.
So it's not like everybody is on his own, but you're more of a team.
Yeah, we were all together practicing there, and it was nice to hang out with the guys, and then we spend pretty much 2 weeks together. For those 2 weeks.
Gel. You need to gel as a team.
Yeah, that was nice.
Did you try to replicate, the lighting or the feel of the table? So
yeah, we cleaned the balls and cloth and everything, and
Oh, that's good. That's
we
the right
we
way to do
actually
it.
we actually practiced the lag quite a bit because
It's an important thing.
yeah, I mean it's sad to say, you know, it should be more about playing the game, but
Yeah.
it was with short races. The lag is very important because you know one player might run the match out or the other player, so
Yeah.
it makes the lag more important the shorter the matches are.
I have to ask you a question though about the lag. What is your perception of it when you're a little bit nervous? Do you tend to overhit it or underhit it? Because I tend to actually underhit it when I'm nervous. I shake so much if I have a
Okay.
you know, one of those days.
Yeah, I've tried to get a little bit better system for how I hit it, you know.
Mm.
So just yeah, just try and visualize how fast I want it to go, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I've underhit it. I've done both. I've overhit it and underhit it. So
Yeah. I tried to look at Ralph's way of doing it, and it kind of helped a little bit. So
I lagged pretty good against Sanchez in our match. My first one was really close, and then my second
Yeah,
one
and the
was
second
really
one
close
was
too.
a perfect, absolutely.
Yeah, almost the same shot twice in a row. It's good.
oh, because you were too straight, or
No,
too
we
much
we
to see?
tied the first one,
So you had to try again.
so we had
Yeah.
to do another one. Yeah.
Oh, that's
and I hit
perfect.
it
And
about
Corey
the same.
made his second attempt was absolutely
nailed on the
perfect.
cushion.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
And what about the mental side of playing the Mosconi Cup? What about the extra level of responsibility there and pressure?
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's a ton of pressure in the Mosconi Cup. Different types of pressure. You know, you have if you're in America, the crowd's on our side. You know, but if you're in Europe, the European crowd they can badger us pretty good. You know, if we make a mistake, they say ooh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty difficult to play. And then you also have the pressure of your teammates. You know, what do
Their
your teammates think of
expectations.
you, and how do they react if you miss a ball? And you know, I think it's important that your teammates just you know, if I'm playing partners with somebody and they make a mistake, I don't really dwell on it, and I know they're great players, and I've played against them for years, and I know, you know, everybody's under pressure, so I don't really make a big deal out of it if they make a mistake, you know.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to stick up for your teammates, and
What's your
We'll all
opinion?
try our best.
Your opinion for the coming event? Does Team USA have a chance, and how much of it?
I think they do have a chance. Obviously, the European team's always strong, and they're in their home court, and there's going to be tons of European fans, so they're going to be under pressure again. But a lot of times, if the U.S. team is viewed as underdogs, they'll have a little more mental freedom because they're not really expected to win. So if they win, they're doing something great, and if they lose, well, everybody thought they were going to lose anyway, you know. So I think the U.S. team has a chance. It depends how the European team plays. They have Jason Shaw's first year, so Jason Shaw could come out.
He's actually the only rookie on the team this year.
Yeah, but he's one of the strongest players on the team. Now, if he comes out playing great, USA's got
It's
gonna be tough.
assignment.
But if
let's
he
say.
comes out and doesn't play well, or feels the pressure,
Mm.
then USA maybe has a chance, you know. So
Do you remember your inaugural year at the Mosconi Cup?
my first
And
year,
yes, how did you feel there?
my first year, I played really good. I was the MVP on the team. I think I won most of my matches. So yeah, I was super happy with my first year. That was great. But I was winning a lot of tournaments then, and I was very confident. So
Good old days.
similar to Jason, you know. So Jason's winning a lot of tournaments. He just got second and first. He's got tons of money in the bank, and there's no reason why he would feel nervous. He's has nothing to worry about. So I would expect him to play well.
I think this year it's going to be in Ali Pali, right? Alexandra Palace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alexander. Yeah, I heard. I've never played there, but I heard it's huge. It's where
It
they
is
do the
massive.
darts.
As they also have the snooker masters there. That's about 2,000 people sitting there.
Yeah, I think they're going to be.
They're going to make it bigger this year compared to the masters, I was told. So could be 3,000-4,000 people easily if they want to do it that way.
Yeah.
I just hope that they will drop the Europe. Sounds so annoying. I'm a Danish guy, you know.
Yeah.
EU, but I hate that yell. It sounds so stupid.
Well, what do you do here? Do you thin the one on the? If you thin the one on the right side, and it creeps out, you're gonna leave an easy shot in the corner.
Yeah, but if you fix it, it could just bounce off the. Is that the 5 or the 3?
I think for me, maybe I try and bank the 1 up towards the 2, just past the side pocket, and go on the 4. And that way, if you don't hook them behind the 4, you're going to leave a long combo.
Yeah.
Oh, I just banked it straight up the middle of the table.
Containing safety.
That's good.
Yeah, that's all right. Well,
it's good, but you don't really expect to hook Ralf there. Ralph's going to be able to see the one. It'd be pretty tough to hook him.
But he's played it a little faster than I thought he would, so he's got a shot here, Ralf.
He could shoot at this, or he could play the 1 thick up by the 6, safety behind the 10.
Yeah.
I think it's a good shot to shoot at. Because if you miss it, it might come back over. You got some safeties that could happen if you overcut it.
Yeah, just don't hit it thick.
Yeah, they
hit it
say
thin, if anything. Yeah, like you say, it could be almost behind a 4 if he thins it. No, safety? No. He shot
that
it,
ball
but
skidded. I could see it.
That was
it was a bad contact between
contact.
the cue ball. He hit it well. He hit a nice shot.
He probably
there.
hit the angle correctly because it was so thick that.
I think he hit perfect.
Yeah.
He cut the ball exactly where he needed to cut it, but see now Mika's cleaning the cue ball off because cue ball must be dirty.
Do you think the main reason for ball skidding is just some dust particles, some chalk particles, or maybe there is some other reason like static electricity or whatever?
Yeah, they say static electricity, dust particles, chalk between the ball and the. I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it happens more on the new cloth because the bottom slips out from underneath the ball. So there's
probably. But
on old cloth, it doesn't seem to happen very often.
That's true. That's true. Same thing in snooker.
Yeah.
That was a bad shot. So, but decent safety it looks.
Well,
should have cleared up there, but too hot.
It looks like maybe Ralf can hit this ball rail first, but it looks like, I don't know, is he going to kick up table and try and hit it?
I think kicking up is probably going to be better, but the 6 is almost in a way for that angle, isn't it?
Well, if you think about it, say you kick up table and come down and hit the 2, the cue ball will go towards the 9 or back towards where we're looking from. If you kick to the bottom rail here where they rack the balls and you hit the 2, now the cue ball goes up towards the 5, 4.
Yeah.
You know, so if you happen to pocket the 2 in the corner, you have a shot at the 4, right? And there's a little more traffic up there. I think I like this decision.
Yeah, looks the better option.
That's the better option. He made a good, smart option here. Now, if he can get the speed correct.
I think that's not square enough. Oh,
Look at that.
Oh, what a hit! It's
and
in.
He made it.
What? Nah, come on. Give him a shot.
That was a beautiful shot.
Give him a shot for that.
Yeah.
Ralf is.
That was a beautiful example of players thinking first of all.
Okay, so this shot, I would kick and try and catch the top of the 4 to send the cue ball towards the 9 ball. And
too risky to jump?
Well, I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah, the jump's possible.
It's only like a half ball thing, and you have automatic position if you do it.
Yeah, and if you hit it the right speed, you either make it in the side or it goes up table.
Yeah, exactly. You might even be safe
well,
after.
Even if you're not safe, you're going to leave a long, tough shot, and he's got to bring the cue ball back for the 5. I think the jump is the best option here. But like you say, Ralf hardly ever thinks of the jump shot.
No,
it doesn't
it's
look
like absolute last resort for him, it seems.
It's not even going through his mind right now.
No, he's just looking at
He's thinking of my original shot. He's thinking of catching the top of the 4 and sending the 4 maybe one rail over by the 5 and cue ball down behind the 9.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh, he hit the bottom of it. Scratched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unlucky twice in a row.
Yeah.
But also, I think you give it a more of a chance for a scratch because he probably played it with left-hand spin, and it's going to make it curve into the pocket.
I think he wanted to catch the top of that.
Yeah.
He didn't want to. I'm not sure if he wanted to catch that piece of it. Maybe he did.
That's good. Got a good angle on a 5. Just a little bit of topspin. Just off straight, so he still has an angle to get over for the 9 here.
Yeah, he is pretty okay here.
Routine shots. Bread and butter.
Just maybe a little bit of stun here.
Oh, follow through and a little bit of side. Perfect. Straight on the 9. Stop shot, and he's on the hill if he does that. Perfect. Okay, it looks like my prediction of hill is not gonna hold.
Yeah, and seems like me favoring Ralf Souquet is not going to happen either.
No.
Unless he manages to come up with some sort of a great comeback here.
We're not doing so well, are we? It's hard to predict, isn't it? Gotta say he was pretty unfortunate because he made that beautiful kick shot on the 2 and he's snookered after that, so...
And scratched with his next shot. That's very unfortunate.
That's where we can talk a little bit about rolls. In this particular rack, at least.
So hopefully Ralf gets his portion of good rolls in his next game.
Yeah. I don't see why not. Looks like she's racking it on the spot again, so that's good. Or a little bit above, but... it's better than before. That's for sure.
Corey, if you happen to play on a table with a worn-out cloth, do you prefer moving the rack a little bit below the spot or above the spot?
I always just try and leave it right on the spot.
Well, but sometimes the spot is so worn out, like maybe there is some sign of a hole, actually. Like speaking about playing on bad equipment.
Oh, you're saying, okay.
If the head ball always rolls off.
If it's actually easier to rack the balls, like if there's a hole in the spot, it's easier to rack the balls because then you push the rack up a little bit higher, and then the 1 will rock back. And it'll freeze really nicely.
So usually you have to go above it if you want to do that.
You pretty much have to put the 1 right in the hole. But
what a break! 3 balls down. Mamma mia.
Yeah, Mika's got the breakdown now. I like he's breaking better now. I didn't like the way he was drawing the ball back to the end. And
in Kuwait, I've seen one break by Kopini. I think it was he made 5 on the break.
Wow!
And got no shot because four and the 5 were clustered together.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a spot as well where I had like 3 or 4 balls, but here it alternates on every table, so. Just gotta make sure you have 1 ball every time, you know. That's really what matters. Safety on this.
I think Shane Van Boning made 6 or 7 on the break.
6
or
or 7
like
in 10 ball.
Something crazy like that, yeah.
Well, I think I remember 6. I think I remember 6. It was some local tournament, probably, not a major one.
I seem to remember 9 ball. With that puck line. Remember that one when he missed 7?
And again, he didn't get a good shot either.
Yeah, and he missed the first shot after because he was so shocked about it.
So probably it's not so good to make too many balls on the break.
Yeah.
I remember I made 7 one time in 9 ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big were the pockets?
So it
tight
was
ones?
a pretty decently tight 9
Did you run out from there?
Gold Crown. I don't think I did. It's amazing. All the ones where they make a lot of balls, they hardly ever
Yeah,
get out.
sure.
Because
Just
you're shocked. You're not focusing on the
Yeah.
ball.
just make a ball and get the shot on the next one. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's crazy.
Remember they used to do break contests where whoever they do 3 breaks and whoever makes the most balls on 3 breaks. I don't think they do that anymore. Those were fun.
I lost a dinner to a guy because he said, "Dude, I can break in 5 balls in 9 ball, and I'll even let you rack the balls." I said, "What's in it for me?" "Dinner." "All right." First one, he just had the longest bridge hand, broke from the rail, 100 miles an hour with a house cue, 5 balls in, and I lost the dinner.
On this very first attempt.
You know what? You're lucky he didn't ask to bet more.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you would have bet everything, right?
Probably.
You're supposed to. Yeah, you had a great bet
He
there.
could have
and
said,
that's
"I want your
unlucky.
cue." I'm like, "Ha."
Yeah,
of
you-
course.
Well, in all,
You should feel
in all,
fortunate he didn't
in all,
ask to bet more
actually,
there.
in all kinds of preposition bets, there's a wise advice that once anyone just comes up to you with a proposition and it sounds as crazy as possible, probably he can make it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
he practiced it.
Yeah.
So always say no. It's like a magic trick. It's all
Just try to stay away.
tricks. All
Well,
tricks.
You send him my way. He can bet me on
Oh.
that trick if he wants. If he
Danish
can do
player
that.
coming to you.
Okay, send him my way. I'll lose a little money on that one. 5 balls.
Like
Was
in,
this playing 10 ball or 9 ball? 9 ball?
That was 9 ball.
9 ball.
1 on the spot.
Yeah.
But with a triangle. No magic rack back then.
Yeah.
So that was pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, send him my way. Or
Alright,
just tell me
will
where
do.
to find him. He'd be a nice guy to play, I think. I like guys like that.
Ralf is fighting for his life here. Gonna bring it back to 7-4.
You never know.
I can't miss from here.
Mm.
If he misses one, it's a skid. That's all it can be. That's all it can be.
Well, I mean,
Or a mental lapse.
Ralph could still come back from here. It's
Yeah,
not-
for sure he can.
You know, Mika just has to miss on his break
Yeah.
twice, and that's it.
True.
If Ralph plays perfect, so it's amazing. Even though you're up 7-3, you're 2 mistakes away from potentially losing.
Yeah, and the alternate break actually sometimes it's so hard to protect the lead sometimes
Yeah,
because you suddenly you can maybe have a tiniest bit of doubt in your head.
we had this discussion, me and some of the American players,
Yeah.
over
Like,
You
should
know,
you have
what's-
winner breaks or alternate break?
what's better, and the consent. It is fairer way to play for alternate break.
Yeah.
Because,
You get your portion of breaks, first of all.
well, yeah, you're going to get your portion of breaks, but they made the argument. You're not going to run the set out alternate break. Well,
Yeah.
you can't get the set out run, but you can get somebody can run the set out. If they run out, if I win the lag and run out on my break every time,
Your
you
opponent
had-
never really gets a chance.
my opponent has 0 chance to win.
Yes, and
that's
you-
where it
and
doesn't
it's
become
no
a match.
different-
It's
no
not a
different.
match then.
Yeah, it's no different than winner break. If I ran the first 8 in a row, I would still run the match out. So
Yeah, that's the point. You just can create an edge by running every wreck you break on.
yeah, for me, I think it's more difficult and less likely to run 8 racks consecutively in a row than it is to run the 8 racks alternate break, because
Yeah.
you get a break in between and it doesn't seem like you're running that many, and you know. But I think the winner break favors the better players.
Yeah.
Because on an average, if I took my last 100
Yeah.
matches and I averaged the amount of times my opponents get to break against me,
Yeah.
so if I'm playing some weaker players, my average score maybe I'm going to win more matches than I lose, so my average score would be let's say 9-7, or
Yeah.
something, or 9-6, or something like that. So my opponents on average have broken 6 times against me. But by choosing a format alternate break, I automatically give every opponent I play half the breaks.
Mm.
So it's kind of like I'm giving up a spot.
It is,
Really.
and
So,
it's
I think
it's like a form of handicap almost.
Yeah, I think the top players, if they knew it was good for them,
Yeah.
they would all vote to do winner break because it's in their best interest.
True.
You know, they're getting, they're going to get the majority of the breaks.
Yeah.
The top players will, but you know, there's a
We've been playing with the
So-
alternate break format for about 10 years in Denmark, I think. Probably since about 2003 or 4, maybe even 12 years. And to be fair, it's always the better player that seems to win it anyways. So, I mean, we have a guy who over the past 10 years has won 20 Danish championships. So we can't really argue that the alternate break format is failing for him anyways.
By the way, did you know that at Euro Tour they tried to implement like three ricks broken by one player, then 3 by another,
Yeah.
just breaking in
I don't know if I would like that format.
in bigger portions.
I think it's more interesting for the fans if you play winter break, because the fans can watch somebody hit a rhythm and break and run 5-6 racks, and that's something.
Mm.
You know, it's a like Earl Strickland won $1 million when he ran 10 racks in America, and it was big news, and it's a he's world famous because he did that. He achieved that feat of running all those racks, and that's a big storyline, and the fans can get behind it. But if it's just one rack at a time, I don't think the fans get as excited about it. They don't even notice that somebody's ran 5 in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't
but
tell. It's hard to tell. How many racks in a row did Mika run right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows. Really.
Exactly,
They're
that's
just
true.
watching.
Well,
the match.
probably it's just a matter of paying attention.
Yeah, but it's our nature not to pay attention. You would pay more attention if somebody sits in the chair six racks
Yeah,
in a row,
sure.
and oh wow, this is a 6-pack, and that doesn't happen anymore like it used to. I thought it was interesting. We all crowded around the table when Earl ran those 10 racks for $1 million.
But didn't they cheat him? They didn't actually pay it to him? I heard something about that.
No, he ended up getting most of the money, I think.
Yeah, because they were arguing that,
Yeah.
combinations and golden
Oh.
breaks wasn't counting and stuff.
You should have seen the combination Earl made for the $1 million. It was a very difficult.
Was that the very last
Very
rack?
difficult. Yeah, he knew he had to make this combination on the 10, or it was the 9, I think.
Yeah.
And it was distance. It was.
Oh. Why
Wow.
would you do that?
Ralph just scratched the cue ball right in the side like it was a pyramid shot. I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm sorry, you don't get a pyramid point for that. That's a bad shot,
That's the worst moment to scratch, really.
on
Yeah.
the hill for
Yeah.
Mika, yeah. So it's
Yeah, so let's see if Mika can get the job done here. He's looking at the combination on the 7 ball for the 3-7 combination. You'd rather not play a combination. I think for me, I take ball in hand, I shoot the 2 in the corner by the 7, and I follow the cue ball to the end to the rail just above the 3, and then I
Yeah.
shoot the 3 in this pocket where he's about to shoot the 2. That's what I would do. I would stay away from this combination
yeah.
just because it's just
He trusts it, so
yeah.
like you say, he's not guaranteed to be good on a 3 here.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to control both balls. I think if he draws the cue ball back slowly, the 3 will just.
He could stroke it and leave the 3 on the center of the table and leave the cue ball there and get a shot for the 3 in the low
Let's
left.
see.
No, he's going to cut it.
Yeah, he finished fine. That's good.
Oh, that's okay. Twice across, just past the 9 maybe, or
Yeah, I like that.
Well, let's see how English grabs.
yeah, grabs better. Just don't want to snooker yourself.
Yeah,
That's
he hit it
fine. Good
good.
speed. Stop shot.
Stop shot or roll it in and play for the 5 in the
Yeah,
side over here.
a little bit hampered by the 9, but shouldn't be a problem. Good shot.
Yeah, perfect. Hit that real nice. So I think if he just stops, he can shoot the 6 in the side and then follow off the cushion and bring the cue ball towards the 9 to get nice and close. You like to get nice and close on them.
Oh, he wants to shoot either the corner or just cut it in the side, yeah. He probably wanted to have a little bit more angle than that.
Well, yeah,
or
they
less
wanted
angle,
me-
I should say.
Yeah, he fell where he's got a little bit of a touchy shot in the side, and he's
Yeah.
real straight in the corner. So
Kill it with low right.
yeah, I think I shoot it in the side with a little soft draw stroke.
Yeah. Trust. Yo, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Not
good. He
bad.
made sure to let his stroke out. He didn't. He
Yeah,
doesn't like
you
to
don't
hit
want to
balls.
twitch on it.
He doesn't like to hit balls easy.
No,
He
wants
likes to firm everything.
Yeah. I'm the same way actually. when I soft stroke stuff, I start to miss shots. Perfect on a 10. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, that's an out game and out. So Ralf Souquet goes on the B side of the bracket. Immonen makes it through to the next day. Well, thanks a lot, Corey Duel. It's always nice to get inside the top player's head.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here with us, and hopefully that's not the last time.
All right.
And not the last time you visit Moscow to take part in the Kremlin Cup, both pool and pyramid events.
Yeah, I want to do better in the pyramid next time.
Yeah, just come to me. I'll show you some tricks.
Okay, perfect.
Come a week before, practice a bit on that.
Yeah, I would like to.
Sure. So, Corey Duel, Daniel Kande, and Mikhail Kablakov with you here. Stay tuned for our next and hopefully last match of the day. I don't know yet which one it is going to be, but stay with us. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.